All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. It is David Thomas and Mr. Jay Woolwine with me today. Let me just tag everybody, let them know that we are going live. And we will get rocking and rolling here. Hope everybody is having an awesome week. Let's see. There we are. All right, cool. Let me tag. All right, cool. I just tagged everybody. And let me make sure that everybody can hear us and see us. Perfect. Looks like we're good. So awesome. So today we want to talk about, you can go ahead and write this topic down as well. We're going to be talking about becoming a person of excellence, which is really an awesome topic if you really think about it, because that's what we want. That's our whole point of creating this group in the first place, is we want every single one of you to become a person of excellence, because and that's why we're very excited to talk about this one today. As usual, we've been thinking about this topic, and we're always trying to come up with value to give you guys that we feel will be really beneficial to you. So we want to talk about excellence because this is going to affect you in every area of your life, not just your business. It's going to affect you in your personal life. Yeah, it is, right? We live in a society where mediocrity is the norm. A lot of people do just literally as little as humanly possible. And believe me, I know, because I've been an employer most of my life. And, you find some really good ones too, but people will try to do as little as possible just to get by, just enough to not get fired. And guess what? Their bosses are going to pay them just enough so they don't quit. So we want to take pride in our work. We want to take pride in ourselves. We want to take pride in what we do on a day-to-day basis, because maybe somebody's watching, maybe somebody's not. Either way, we need to do everything we do to a high standard of excellence. Don't just perform one way when somebody's watching. Don't cut corners. Don't take the easy way out. So we're going to talk about this today and dive in. We hope you get a lot of value out of it.
Right. And this isn't just for business. A lot of you in here are business builders from our teams, but it's not just for work, right? It's talking about everything for life. And the ultimate message, we're going to talk a lot about it, but the ultimate message is, don't slack off. Don't give a half-hearted effort, right? Like David was saying, people just do the minimum to get by. You have to give it your all, whatever you're doing, right? Do it to the best of your ability. You might have heard that saying that's like, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? It just, that attitude just kind of rolls over into everything that you do, right? So you should be full of excellence. And it should be so obvious that when other people see you, right, it's obvious to them. Like they know who you are by how you're behaving, right? Because when you're a person of excellence, you do more than is necessary, right? Other people can see it. You don't just meet the minimum requirement. When you have that spirit of excellence, right, you're always doing your best, whether anybody's watching or not, right? And we're going to give you some examples, but you just go the extra mile, right? That's what you do. You go the extra mile. You do more than you have to do in every circumstance, and it will carry on into other things.
Yeah, here's an example right here. Some people will never darken the door of a church, right? They're never going to go to church. They're never going to listen to a sermon. They're never going to read the Bible. Instead, they're going to be reading your life, right? So instead of them seeing themselves, they're going to see it from you. So let's be real. Some people don't need to see that sermon. They don't need to hear another preacher preach. They need to see you walking the walk. They're watching how you live. So when you go to work, don't slack off. Set a good example. If you go the extra mile, like the Bible says, do more than what is expected of you. See, that's the attitude we all need to have. And let's see, I'm not just going to do what's the minimum required in everything that I do. All right. I want to do, and I hope that you do the same, to go above and beyond, not just when somebody's watching.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not going to do just the minimum amount to keep your job, right? I'm a person of excellence. I'm going to go above and beyond. I'm going to do what's more than what's asked of me. I know I can do it. I'm going to do more than is expected, right? And this means you're supposed to, it means that you're supposed to do the work, right? You show up early, 10 minutes early, right? I grew up with the old, if you're not 10 minutes early, you're 10 minutes late or whatever, And I taught that to my boys, and my boys still show up. My son called me the other day from a baseball field. He's a coach. He was there an hour early before everybody else with his Starbucks, because we would go to Starbucks in the morning and then show up early, because we lived a long way away in the mountains, so we had to leave early to plan for everything because we were never going to be late, right? We weren't going to be that guy that was late. It's just that type of thing, right? You have to put in a full day of whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah. And the thing is, a lot of people wonder why things aren't going better in their lives. They wonder why they're not getting promoted at their job. They wonder why they're not being promoted to chairman in their business. They wonder why their trading accounts aren't being promoted to 6 and 7 figures, right? It's because God is not going to reward you for being lazy and sloppy. He rewards excellence. So you may be declaring favor and victory and abundance and all that good stuff. And that's all well and good. That's part of it. Yeah, it's wonderful. But the second part of that is making sure you get to work on time, making sure you're setting an example for those people that are watching you live your life. You're doing more than what's required of you. You're doing better this year than you did last year.
Right. And that's what you have to be thinking about for 2023, right? Because my attitude is there's always room for improvement, right? We can always get better. Look at mine and David's trading, right? We're always testing to our detriment, right? We're always looking for better, right? Always testing, always looking for something that's a little bit better to give you guys that edge, right? And when you're an excellent person, you're always taking steps to improve, right? You're trying to be better. You're constantly learning and growing. You've got to apply that same standard to your life that's in your life, to your house, to your car, to your clothes, right? Your cubicle at work or your office. And I'm not talking about spending a lot of money. It's about how you choose to take care of what God has given you, right? I'm asking you to do it with excellence today. I mean, seriously, look at this example, right? What do your friends see, right? Or your kids, your neighbors and your coworkers. Like David said, they may be looking at you, right? They're seeing how you're living as opposed to, what they're seeing at church. If your yard's a mess or your car's never washed, you show up late for work. I mean, what does it say about you, right? You've got to set a new standard, right? You have to stop making excuses and stop, people say, oh, that's just how I've always been, right? I don't know if you guys have heard of Mel Robbins. She wrote that book, 5-second rule. Wait, what's it called? 5?
I'm not sure.
I think Nicole, do you remember the name of that book?
No.
I think it's called the 5-second rule. Anyway, she's an author, a great author. You should read that book. But one of the things I saw this video the other day about procrastination, and she said, "You're not a procrastinator. Procrastination is just a habit, right? You can change that habit, right? But it doesn't make you a procrastinator. It's just a habit that you've picked up, and you can change that, right? So take this challenge and rise up to a higher level of excellence in your life and change those habits, right? Become a better person."
Well, hey, you came in for a hug. Say hey.
Hey.
All right. So, and like Jay kind of alluded to earlier, this applies in all areas of your life. It applies to your appearance as well, right? The way that you dress, the way that you present yourself, the way that you twist your mustache. You've got to remember, though, our bodies we're the temple of God, right? You've got to take care of yourself. You've got to take the time to take care of yourself. Women in particular, they're always taking care of other people for the most part, right? They're taking care of the kids, they're taking care of their husband, and they forget to take care of themselves. And so you've got to, I tell my wife all the time, go get your hair done, go get a massage or something like that. She usually doesn't because she's stubborn and she's like, no, I don't have time to do all that. But, you tell them to go do that to your husbands I'm speaking to the husbands right now. Tell your wives, right? Go take care of yourself. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. Feel good about yourself. Go get a massage. That's good. You need to do that. And you have to make a habit of creating that excellence in your life. And that comes with your appearance and how you feel as well.
Right. It's just in everything you do. I think of an example of like you're going through the grocery store or a clothing store, right? And you bump a rack and the clothes fall on the ground. I've seen people do it where they just walk away, right? You don't leave them there on the ground, right? You pick them up and put them back. Even if you didn't knock them down, right? You still can pick stuff up and hang it up. It just takes a second, right? You don't just keep walking. You freaking pick up the clothes, right? And when you see trash on the ground, right? Whether you dropped it or not, you pick it up, right? When we go hiking, if we see trash on the trail, right, we pick it up because I don't like to see trash on the trail where I'm hiking, right? If you're a person of excellence, right, people of excellence go that extra mile. They do what's right when nobody's looking, right? That's when it matters, is when nobody's looking. It's not just to impress somebody, but even when you don't think it's necessary, right?
Yeah. Brucey says, okay, I'll go get my nails done. Awesome. That's the
all
start.
Right, Michael.
That's the start. And actually, that what he said about, picking up the trash really hits home with me. A lot of people don't know this, but my father, not my entire life, probably when I was 6. And a lot of people don't know, I've been working since I was 6 years old, believe it or not. He started a business where he would clean the trash off the parking lots at nighttime, like Targets, shopping centers, and that kind of thing. He had a little sweeper truck. And so he took me and my older brother, 6-year-old and 8-year-old, with him. And I would just walk through and pick up trash in the middle of the parking lot. 6 years old, 3 a.m. at night. My dad's like, it's a different life, Like he was on the other side of the parking lot driving the truck. And I'm just like, anybody could have swung by and picked me up. And so
why would they want to?
Yeah, exactly. My brother's got like a backpack blower on, right? So he's blowing the sidewalks, the trash. My dad's picking it up. And we did that. That's how my dad, he was a preacher and he supported our family doing that as well. 7 kids, it takes a lot to support. But me and my brother worked with them forever until we got to high school, and then we started getting busy with other activities and stuff. We couldn't go as much. But I used to always think, why is there so much trash? Like, people just come in the parking lot and just throw trash. It's like, and so my adulthood and my whole entire life, I have never been the person to litter, because I'm like, you know what? I've had to pick that up, and that's not fun. And you find some really gross stuff. And it taught me a lot of character back then to realize to become a better person, just because I had experienced it myself with the person that had to clean up other people's stuff. So, you always want, it's a really good point. Just make sure you're always leaving things better than you found it. But anyways, the call to action to get today, ladies and gentlemen, is start to become a person of excellence. I want you to show up early for work through lunch, stay late, do what you got to do. If you know what Jim Rohn said, he said, if you really want to get promoted in life, you've got to do more than what you're paid to do. You've got to bring value to the marketplace. And to do that, and as you do that, the promotion is going to catch up with you in every area of your life. I want to be the uncommon father. I want to be the uncommon husband. I want to be the uncommon leader, right? And so you have to do those uncommon things. So husbands, do uncommon things for your wife. Wives, do uncommon things for your husband. Just because you see what's going on around in the world and everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that, and everybody's just skating by, frankly, you need to do the opposite. If you want to become a person of excellence, you got to do what the opposite of what the world is doing. I'm telling you. And I promise you, everything in your life is going to begin to change for the better as you do that. So I want you to live a life of excellence. All together, we can live a life of excellence if we apply these principles. And it's just small things, small daily habits continued day by day will set you apart from the competition. All right. So appreciate everybody watching. Jay, as always, love and appreciate you, brother. Hope everybody got value out of this. We will see you all back next week. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you guys.
Bye.